Hello everyone, here we are for our day one of the Back to Basics Fitness Challenge. So I'm going to be coming at you every single day for the next 21 days here on our closed Facebook group. And I will vary my video times, obviously mostly due to when my child is sleeping, but also so that you guys can have a better opportunity to actually make it on for the videos live. So I've been asked already a ton of times how you can view the videos if, number one, you don't have a Facebook account, or if you're not able to make it on for the videos live. And the answer is the video will be in the feed of the Facebook group for 24 hours after we have recorded it, like I'm doing right now. I'm also saving a recording of the video so that I will post it on a YouTube playlist so that you guys can watch it back after the time. Hello, Lisa. I see people joining. This is so exciting. So if you've never watched a Facebook Live video before, then a couple little housekeeping items. I can see when you join. It tells me how many viewers are watching, and I can also see when you like something. So if you hit that like button or the heart button, I can see if you like what I'm saying, or if you can hear me. And also I can answer your questions if you type them in to the comments section below. If you're watching this video after it's recorded on Facebook, then I can also answer the questions that you type into the comment section afterwards, because I always get notifications when you make comments in our closed Facebook group. So that's kind of how the Facebook Live video works. I really like it because it's a great way for me to give you tons of information for us to chat every single day so that we can stay on the same page with everything that's going on in the challenge, and that you can get more value out of this experience. So I just finished my first workout for the Back to Basics challenge. It felt great. It was harder than I thought it was going to be, which is kind of funny. Oh, a hummingbird just hit the window behind me. This is great. This is what you get on a live video. Just nature. And also there's a seaplane trying to take off right now, so if it gets really loud here in a few minutes, I apologize. But hey, that's the fun of it. So the topic for tonight's video is let's get started. This has two parts. So the whole point of the Back to Basics challenge is that I want to show you that the best results come from the most basic form of exercise. So even in all of my years of exercising, and all of my years of taking millions of courses on exercise, and all of my years of trying different things, the best exercises are the ones that are the simplest. That's why this challenge is called Back to Basics. The squats, the lunges, the rows, the presses. There's tons of different variations that we can work up to, but the reason why these exercises have been around for years and decades is because they work really well to improve strength, to change body composition, to feel stronger, and they're relatively easy to do if you know a few little tips, which is what this challenge is all about. Me helping you get back to basics and learn this way of strength training regularly in your life so that you feel really good and you're more motivated to continue strength training in your life because you feel really good. So the way I want you to think about this challenge is that if you haven't been exercising regularly, or if you are kind of an on and off again exerciser, if you've been traveling a lot, if you're coming back from an injury, if you're relatively new postpartum, I know we've got a few new moms in the group, which is awesome, or even if you are a regular exerciser, but you're just looking for a little like kick in the butt, a little bit more of renewed motivation, then yes, you are in the right place. That is what this challenge is about. It's about creating that snowball effect. So the positive snowball effect. So getting back to basics, the simple exercises, learning the tips and cues and tricks and how to set them up and how it should feel in your body. And so when you go to the gym and you're doing your squats, you have little things like not dumping my knees in, or, you know, sitting my butt back to tap the bench, or keeping my rib cage towards my hip bone, or all sorts of funny little cues that I'll give to you so that you can get more out of the exercises that you're doing. That's the point of this, to create that positive snowball effect, because once we've started to get that little bit of momentum, which is like the first 1, 2, and 3 days, or the first 2 weeks, or the first 3 weeks, the length of this challenge, is always going to be the hardest, right? If we can get in the habit of regular strength training for a couple days and then a week and then a couple weeks, it's going to be so much easier to continue it on over months and years. So the whole thing that you need to remember about creating that momentum or that positive snowball effect at the beginning is that it's not going to be perfect. I guarantee you that over the next 3 weeks, you're probably going to have to change your workout around. You might have to switch up the equipment because someone else is using it or you're traveling. You might have to only do half of your workout because stuff happens with family. You might get sick. Things are going to happen. So this is not the type of challenge where we try to be perfect and we try to do every single little thing perfectly that fits in all the boxes. This is the challenge where we try our best to adapt to the situations that life throws at us and then be consistent within all of the normal ups and downs of life. That's the goal. Basically, the way I see my job here is I am your coach, your motivator, and the kind of like the torchlight for you to follow along each day. That's why I wanted to do daily videos so that we could stay in the conversation. I guarantee I'm probably going to have bad days over the challenge, or I'm going to have to skip workouts, or I'm going to have to do, half of my workout in the morning and half in the evening. So I'm right there with you, feeling the same way that you are, which is sometimes overwhelmed, sometimes tired, sometimes feeling super strong and like the workout felt so good and so easy. But always doing my best to get it in at some point through the week, right? So it's going to be a combination of how-to tools, like I'm going to teach you how to do the exercises, teach you how to set up the equipment, and then also a combination of the more nuanced stuff, which you guys know I love, which is the more motivational psychology things. So how we can get out of our own way when we're tired and overwhelmed and normal life is happening and we've got work on our plate or travel or family stuff going on. So I think the combo of knowing exactly how to set up the exercises and then dealing with the more mindset stuff is like the killer combo that helps us go forward and get consistent with strength training. Darcy, that was awesome. Darcy just posted a little comment. You are such a great coach. You recognize life happens. Thank you very much. And I agree with you that yes, life happens. And if you want your workouts to be perfect and fit in this little box, that's so great. That's not my life and not my experience. So I always tend to find that the people that do these challenges or in the lifestyle club are the ones that also have life that has ups and downs too. And it's not about making it fit into your life, it's about making your life fit the workouts, right? So we're going to move on to our next little tip for the evening, which is how to do the challenge. So the way I want you to do the challenge is print your workout sheets and print your blank calendar. You're going to need to do that. Then you need to watch the workout videos. They were all emailed to you yesterday afternoon, or if you just signed up today, the way the email is set up is that now as soon as you sign up, it triggers and sends you the email right away once you've confirmed. So you can tell your friends that if they're asking you, because they probably will be. So once you've done that, printed the workouts, printed your calendar, and watched your videos, then you are going to set up your calendar with the goal of completing 3 strength workouts per week for 3 weeks. That's a total of 9 strength workouts. If you're somewhat of a perfectionist like me and you're like, 9 strength workouts, that's not very much. I could totally do 5 a week. It's a challenge. I'm going to push harder and try and do more. That's awesome. But let's be realistic. How many strength workouts have you done in the last 3 weeks? I will tell you that I have done 5. So 5 in 3 weeks, obviously significantly less exercise than I used to do a couple years ago, but it's my reality right now. So if I have this goal of 9 strength workouts in the next 3 weeks, that's almost double what the status quo is right now. So ask yourself, how many strength workouts have you done in the last 3 weeks? Is 9 a realistic goal for you? Is it a little bit of a push goal? And once you complete the 3 weeks, if you've completed those 3 strength workouts per week, do you feel great because you've done a lot more strength workouts than you would normally do in the last 3 weeks of August, which is, I'm just going to say in my experience, probably the least motivated exercise time of the entire year. maybe with the exception of the week of Christmas. That's not a huge motivational time either, which is also why I chose to do the challenge at this time, because it's like an onboarding chunk of time before we get to September, which is like the busy, crazy in the gym time. And then you've already got 9 strength workouts under your belt. So that is the goal of the challenge. Ideally, you would alternate between strength workout 1 and strength workout 2, back and forth. Maybe it's going to be like Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. Maybe it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. You get to decide that for how it fits into your life and your schedule and your traveling and your kids and your family and your sore toe and all of the things that are going to happen over the next 3 weeks. So once you get to the end of the challenge on August 31st and you've completed your 3 strength workouts per week for a total of 9 strength workouts in 3 weeks, you take a picture of your calendar and you post it here in the group. Then I'm going to draw a whole bunch of prizes, some of my favorite exercise equipment, tons of my favorite healthy snacks, a couple Lululemon products that I love, and then all of the people who have done their completed calendars will get put into a big pot, and I'm going to draw your names for some awesome prizes. But you obviously know that the real win of the whole thing is getting back into that consistent strength training routine. Or if you're really new to exercise, or it's been a really long time since you've strength trained consistently, or you don't really know how to do lunges and chest presses and rows, the whole point of this challenge is to help you feel more confident so that you can read a strength program, know how to do the exercises on your own, and then get that positive momentum so that you can continue doing it without having to buy an expensive gym membership or have one-on-one training with a trainer. You are essentially getting that from me in this challenge as long as you show up to the Facebook group, watch the videos, ask questions, and take it on into your life. That's what I hope you get from it. So I want to talk a little bit about equipment to get you started. So there are 3 sort of sections of equipment that you're going to need. They're really basic, and you can do, I'd say, like 75% of the exercises that I ever do are with these 3 pieces of equipment. So the first section is dumbbells. I like to think of dumbbells in 3 little sections. So light dumbbells, which is light is relative, obviously, for everyone, but for me and for most of the women that I train, light dumbbells are going to be 5 to 8 pounds. Remember how I told you there was a seaplane? This kind of sounds like a helicopter. Hopefully you can still hear me. It's coming closer. There are lots of fires around here right now. We'll just give it a second. Going overhead. So light dumbbells, which would be like 5 to 8 pounds. You might have a set of 5s and a set of 8s, but as long as you have 1 set of light dumbbells, you'll be great. Those will be good for overhead presses, especially if you're just starting out with strength training as of right now. The next section would be medium dumbbells. So for me, I consider this like anywhere between 10 and 20 pounds. This is going to be for things like bicep curls, rows, maybe chest presses for some of you. And then there's the heavy dumbbells, which for most of us is going to be 25 to 35, 25 to 40 pounds, maybe 20 to 30 pounds. That's going to be potentially for rows and chest presses if you do have some existing strength, and also for lunges and squats. You can hold 1 heavy dumbbell for your deadlifts. Most of us will be able to lift that much to start off. You might have to start with medium dumbbells for all of the exercises, and that's totally fine. This is not about being perfect. This is about starting where you're at. So light, medium, and heavy dumbbells. The next thing you need is tubing. So there's 2 types of tubing that you need. The mini band, these are all in your Get Going guide that you received right away when you signed up for the challenge, and a super band. I will be showing you exactly how to set up the super band in one of our coaching videos. That one's going to happen on Saturday. And exactly how you can use your mini band. It's like the best travel tool. I take mine everywhere when I'm traveling. So the tubing helps to do a lot of the exercises that we just can't do with dumbbells, like rows, lat pull downs, and tubing side steps, and even resisted band clamshells. I'll be teaching you all about those fun exercises. And then the final thing is a bench. The bench does not need to be like a $250 fancy weight bench from Home Fitness Depot. If it is, awesome, that will work great. If it's a wooden bench that you made in your workshop, awesome. If it's the edge of a couch, that will also work. For exercises like step-ups, you may need to make sure that you have a really sturdy surface. That's really important because safety first, obviously. So dumbbells, tubing, and bench. That is what you need in order to do this challenge. And then even going forward, you'd be happy with that amount of equipment for years. You guys know that I have a gym full of other equipment, kettlebells and TRXs and BOSUs and stuff, and they're nice to have, but it's totally not required in order to get great workouts, to see tons of muscle definition and results, and also to enjoy what you're doing. There's so many exercises you can do with dumbbells, tubing, and a bench. So that's kind of all of the stuff that I wanted to cover, why we're doing the challenge. Back to basics. The basic strength exercises are the best. They're the most effective. They've been around forever. We don't need to make it crazy in order for it to be effective. How to do the challenge: 3 strength workouts a week, ideally strength workout 1 and strength workout 2 alternating, but you can, maybe you like one more than the other and you just want to do that the whole time. That would be fine because they're all total body. So you'll get a balanced workout no matter what you're doing. And taking a picture of your calendar once you're done, setting up your equipment, and then remembering that positive snowball effect and getting started with momentum, and that it doesn't need to be perfect, and that you're going to have days when you have everything lined out and your gym gear packed and your babysitter set up, and then things are going to go awry and you're just going to have to do your best to get the workout in the next day. That is what this challenge is all about. Getting it in, having a few onboarding weeks before September, and using me as your resource and your guidance and your torchlight if you have questions to help you get started. I want this challenge to be like the challenge where you can ask the silly questions and no one's going to judge you, because it's back to basics. So if you're like, I don't know what a super band is, or I don't know what a mini band is, or I don't know what a squat is, this is the challenge where we talk about it, all of the basics and how to do it. So that's what you're going to be getting over the next 3 weeks. If you have questions and you're live on the call right now, feel free to type them in. There's a little bit of a delay. Here's another plane. Just, planes everywhere around here. And I would be happy to answer your questions. If you think of a question after I've signed off, you can always type it into the Facebook group and I will get a notification and I'll answer it as soon as I can, usually within a day at least. I'm going to be on the group every single day. Another thing that I want you to remember is that you do not have to check in to the group if you don't want, but if you've had a great workout, or you've had an aha moment, or you've had, see a motivational quote that you want to share, or you've got a sweaty selfie of yourself, like my current sweat situation from being after the gym, and you want to post it in the group, that is awesome. That's what helps to create this motivation. It's almost like a little bit of social proof that you did your workouts. And everyone loves to see those too, myself especially. All right, guys, I think we're good. If you have any more questions, feel free to type them in. I'm happy to chat with you. And here we go. 1 workout down, only 8 more to go. All right, I'll see you tomorrow for our next coaching video.